Welcome to Mix 94.1. Stay connected. Hello, it's Shawn Tempesta. I'm here in the comfy confines of my house. Still, I haven't been let out of this building in about 4 months. It feels kind of crazy. You know, home is where the heart is. A lot of people are kind of worried right now. You know, this whole COVID situation, the unemployment. Are the home values going to drop out 70% like they did back in 2008? We here in Nevada, we know more than most other places in this country how bad a downturn can really take things. Our next guest says, wait a second, it's not as bad as you might think. Nathan Strager, he's here with Luxury Estates International, and he's here to put your fears a little bit to rest. How are you there, Nathan?
Good. How are you? As you can see, I'm from my home office as well and trying to get out as much as possible.
That's it's good. Good for the heart. You need to be able to actually get outside, see what. Remember what February was like. Remember February? Oh, everything was great. Freedom was beautiful. Obviously, people are kind of nervous about what's going on right now and how COVID is affecting real estate. They're worried that this is just going to lead to yet another 70% drop in property values. What are you seeing on the ground? How is the market doing?
So the first month, especially March, it was definitely an adjustment period. Everything was new. This was unprecedented for everybody. The first month was really stagnant, but once we got into April, it was super surprising, especially because Vegas is at about a 30% unemployment rate right now because, we rely on tourism, but the interest rates are so low. They're between 2.6, 3.5. I mean, that's free money. So I think a lot of people really took advantage of that, and it's really busy. I mean, prices have dropped slightly, but I agree with you. I thought prices were going to drop, 20, 30, 40%, but it definitely has not.
Wow, which is just incredible. Yeah, I was kind of sitting back. I'm like, all right, I find myself in a fortunate position right now. I'm still employed, fingers crossed, and wanting to make sure that I, if heaven forbid there is a drop, that maybe I can, get a property and maybe get investment property. Some people were thinking like,
Sure.
my dad is waiting for everything. My dad's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna move from Boston to Vegas. I'm gonna wait for stuff to drop down to like 100,000. And they're not. It doesn't seem like that's the case at all. So you're saying right now, is it a buyer's market or a seller's market?
That's a really good question. It really depends on the price point. I think anything under 300,000, it's definitely a seller's market. But I think once you get to that 400 plus, it tends to become more of a buyer's market because now you're getting into a higher price point, higher monthly payment. It definitely shrinks the actual buyer pool. So it really depends on the actual price point.
No question. We're taking a look at some of the properties that you are representing right now. I actually saw one that is $339 with a pool. So I'm going to be looking at that in just a second because I'm all about it. How are dog homes selling right now?
I know.
It's okay. I love it. It's great. It's beautiful. Everyone's working from home. And I actually think that this is the thing. When you're seeing companies like Facebook and other companies saying, you know what, we're going to make this work from home thing more of a semi-permanent situation. You have people that are coming from Southern California, Northern California that are now able to live anywhere and maybe live in a place where it's a lot less expensive for them to live. Nevada, it's specifically Southern Nevada, is a perfect place to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Nevada is great because there's no state tax. So people people living in California, I think they're at a 20% state tax.
Yeah.
So coming to Las Vegas, I mean, what you can get here for 400,000 with a pool in a great area is amazing.
No question about it. We have your information right there on your screen if people want to be able to get in touch with you. Let's talk about the inventory. Is there a lot of inventory available right now? Is it kind of short right now? What's the deal?
Inventory is kind of in between. I know that's kind of a generic answer, but inventory, it's not heavy and it's not light. I can tell you, let me give you an example.
Yeah.
I listed a house last Friday. I had 30 showings in 2 days.
Wow.
30 showings. It was insane. So, but again, that was 270,000. So I really think it really depends on how the house is presented. I'm a real stickler with, bringing in a maid, bringing in a landscaper, professional photography. If it's empty, I pay for virtual staging so it just doesn't look like an empty box.
Gotcha.
So I think presentation will definitely help in getting it sold, so inventory continues to kind of go quickly, and it's not, there's not a buildup of inventory.
Yeah, some people are able to paint that picture in their head and be able to like, oh yeah, I could see my couch there, or I could, they decided to paint this a hot pink, but I know I can change the color. Some people can't get past the hot pink that the last owner had. So yeah, to be able to make those little changes can really get you top dollar. So let's talk then if people want to be able to get your services, whether they're looking to buy or sell, how do they do it?
Yeah, so you can go to my website, nathanstrager.com. There you can look for property evaluation. You can search for homes. I sell all types of real estate. I really don't pigeonhole myself into one thing or another. My brokerage is Luxury Estates International, and my broker is like Mr. $1 Million Listing. But for me, I sell everything from a trailer to, I think my highest sale was an $11 million apartment complex. Yeah, so I've done everything from normal houses, 200,000-300,000, all the way up to in the millions. But it really just comes down to presentation. So they can either go to my website or give me a call at 702-690-4111.
Excellent. And we have the information. We'll pull it on the screen right at the very end as well. Direct your cell phone as well. Really quickly, this is the time of year where sales end up heating up the most here in Las Vegas, isn't it? Right around when kids are out of school, summertime. This is when it picks up, doesn't it?
Absolutely, 100%. So everybody's always going to try and find a house before the kids go to school because they're trying to get into that home so they don't have to take their kid out of school and then start fresh. So yeah, absolutely, 100%. This is a great time to buy or sell, especially on the buyer side, because like I said, interest rates are between 2.6 to 3.5%, depending on credit, things like that. And as far as selling, it's the same thing. You asked me if it's a buyer's or a seller's market. It's actually kind of both because it benefits the seller because there's so many buyers getting qualified that your house is going to move a lot faster than what's expected, especially during COVID-19. So it's a really, really good time to buy or sell.
Yeah, if you find yourself in a situation where you still have the income coming in and you can refi. I just refied from 3.5 to 3, and then I just closed a week ago. And you're telling me 2.6. I might have to do it again. It's just getting bananas. But it just shows you how it is. It's free money out there now, and it's a great opportunity for people to be able to buy. And if you're looking to maybe get out of your home and go maybe downsize or upsize, now would be a great time as well. Nathan Strager, it's great having you, my friend. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
All right. If you want to learn more about Nathan, you can just go to his website, nathanstrager.com. He can help you either buy or sell the home of your dreams. His direct cell phone number right there as well. And we thank Nathan so much for joining us for Mix 94.1. Stay connected.